Welcome to the second lecture, which is problem recognition and solution process. And in the first part, we will be dealing with problem solving process. What is problem solving? Problem solving is the act of defining a problem, where we can say that we have to determine the cause of the problem, identifying the priorities and selecting alternatives for a solution, and finally implementing the solution. So, drawing in 4 quadrants: first defining the problem, then generating new ideas, evaluate and select solutions, and finally implementing and evaluating it. What is a problem solving process? We can draw this 4 quadrants, the 6 quadrants, that is problem solving. First is the identifying and defining the problem. Then second one is analyzing the problem, identifying possible solutions, select and plan the solution, implement the solution, and evaluate the solution. In the first part, that is identifying and defining the problem, basically this is the most critical process. Unless problem is clearly defined, it is impossible to develop good solutions. What is the second one? That is the analyzing the problem. Once the problem has been identified, it is the job of the problem implementer and researcher to determine the reasons behind the problem. So he has to analyze the problem. What are the causes behind it? When causes are identified, after the identification and the analysis both, it is the job of the problem implementer and researcher to generate possible solutions. Then select and plan the solution. A good solution must be measurable, easy to implement, and sustainable. And then implement the solution. It is necessary to decide how its results are meant to be used. Then finally, evaluate the solution to determine the effectiveness of the proposed solutions. 2 designs are basically used. One is the quasi-experimental design, and second one is the true experimental design. The quasi-experimental design basically deals with comparison of situations before and after the solution, while a true experiment comparison does the comparison of outcome between experimental and control group. We make a control group and we make an experimental group, and both the groups undergo same types of treatment. So in other way, we can also draw it like this, that first analyzing the solution, set out goals, identifying alternative solutions, select solution, and finally plan, implement action of the choices. And last one is the checking. So this is basically a problem solving process. What are the methods of problem solving? Irrespective of the tools used for problem solving, most solutions of the problem apply one of 3 broad groups of methods. First one is the simulation method. Second one, optimization method. And then third one is the data analysis method. Although different other methods can also be used, but the broad categories are only these 3. That is, first one is simulation method, optimization method, and then the data analysis method. First one, simulation method. Basically, a simulation imitates the operation of real-world processes of systems with the use of models. Basically, we draw models and we do simulation. The model represents the key behavior and characteristics of the selected process or system, while the simulation represents how the model evolves under different conditions over time. For example, we can have Monte Carlo simulation, and Monte Carlo simulation basically it has certain applications as shown. So in our future lectures, we will be discussing Monte Carlo simulation as well. This statistical technique basically uses randomness to solve probabilistic problems. Also, it can perform sensitivity analysis. We will be doing sensitivity analysis as well. Second method is optimization method. What is an optimization method? Here goal is to enable the decision makers to identify and locate the very best choice where innumerable feasible choices are available and comparing them is difficult. So optimization method is used, and we can use different problem solving techniques for optimization method. We can use different computer programs like MATLAB for this purpose. Third one is the data analysis method. The goal is to aid the decision makers in detecting actual patterns and interconnections in the data set. Use of this analysis for making solutions. This method is very useful in public health. Data analysis, we collect the data, we carry out survey, and different methods can be used for data analysis. We will be studying this also. We can use regression, correlation, different other methods also. This is end of part 1. We will be meeting in part 2. Thank you very much.